What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I am back again for another YouTubean video concerning us black people, the diaspora, the African, everywhere we are black people. I welcome you to my channel. I would love it for you to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. Here is only for education purpose. I'm not here. There's no hate speech. Some of the words or some of the things that I'm gonna be saying, yeah, majority you think is about hate speech. No, we're only looking for us to have some certain of education to trying to understand where we came from, where we're going, where we've been, is about all of that. So we can try to study and give our children something that they need to be better than us rather than worse than us. People that always look down on us for certain way, but we can't look down on our children, but we just need to empower them. We need to study the people that they came before us. We need to study them, analyze everything they did in their life, the way they was the way they was speaking, the experience that they had, and they put everything in works so they can live something for us, even if it was a negative way, even if it was positive way. Study all of that, trying to put it together. Even if you can see the life of Tupac. A lot of people they bring the life of Tupac in a negative way. Study the life of Tupac, how the way he lived his life, the music, the acting, but the key point is what he was saying. Tupac said a lot of young people they can learn. He was trying to make you, he was about education. He was trying to make us trying to understand. Let's stop following money. Even if he did follow money, because majority of us were broke. But do you know what it is? It's about gaining smart knowledge. We need to be free. Free, not for the people that they don't like us. Free within ourselves. We have to become free within ourselves. We need to remove the chain that have been stuck with us for century and century. We have to fight for freedom. Remember this, my brothers and sisters. We walk alone. There is no other people who's gonna come and save us. No, there's none. And there is no God that is gonna come from above to save us. It don't work like that. It's not gonna happen. White people will save white people. White people will empower white people. The Latino community, all them Mexican, Hispanic, Cuban, all them people, and you go to the Asian, the Indian, all of them, they look after themselves. Just go apply for a job if you think the Indian, the Pakistan, or the Chinese, they're going to hire you. Of course, they're not going to hire you. The Hispanic, all of them Mexican, they're not going to hire you. But do you know the person that is going to hire you? A white person is going to hire you. Even no matter how we're going to think about white people actually, no matter what they're trying to drag us down in so many ways, we work together. We definitely do work together. We can't object that to say, oh no, we don't. Even if they hate us, it's like they are the enemy that we know. We've been knowing for generation and generation. White people, they only strive for domination, and that's what exactly we need to be doing. We need to strive for domination. We need to empower our children. People, they will call us all sorts of names just to boost the ego and to drag you down. When somebody's insulting you so much, somebody's trying to walk over you all the time, do you know what comes? Rage, anger, you feel certain way. But if we will remove that, do you know what we're doing? We're empowering ourselves. We're definitely empowering ourselves. It's like you can say whatever you want to say. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to focus in getting better. That's why Africa, black everywhere we are, we need to focus in two things, or should I say three things. To me, I believe, like a Marcus Garvey said it, our religious God that you believe in, you think, that's the God you believe in, focus on that, and science. We need to do everything possible to push our children to be involved in science, because science is our only way to compete with the rest of the world. Science is needed for black community because number one, we don't have economic. We don't have none of that. In economic, we don't even have bank. We don't have bank. We don't have an economic. Just to put it this way, us black people, we're poor. We're done on that. We can enter all university we want, study whatever. It mean nothing if we were not focus in science. Focus in science. Because let me tell you this. Right now I'm talking. Do you know there's a black lady, a black woman that is giving birth and her baby just died. Why? Because the enemy that they put within, they will do everything just to make you not exist. But if we have black hospital, a lot of hospital that is black, we're studying in science, we're empowering our young people in economic, agriculture, even if we say whatever we want to say, we need all of that. Plumbing, building, this is what we need because we're so strong in music, dancing. We exercise that so much. And church, that garbage of religious, that drugs us African done. Everywhere, Africa, you go in Europe and black people, we get involved so deep in church. Now that I'm saying is a bad thing. Oh yeah, let me go back again. It is a bad thing in a worse way because we haven't learned anything for generation and generation. We've been singing in church, praying, preaching. Where did they get us? 2025. We're still struggling. Imagine, let me just put it like this. Imagine the way we go church, singing, dancing, and acting, playing, being in sport. Imagine if it was science. Do you know how many doctors we're gonna have in the world? The way we love music and dancing, pull it is science. Do you know how many power we're gonna have in this world? That's when you get respect. That's how you gain respect. We can have comedy speaking for us. We can have actor speaking for us, black people. We need clever, smart, intelligent people. We need to empower our children. That's why it's so interesting and so impact in us to follow Marcus Garvey, Patrice Lumumba, Malcolm X. And if you can read Booker T. Washington, his book, you read Booker T. Washington, trying to study his book and trying to understand what he was trying to tell us and what he saw, what he studied and he understood. There is so many of, black people that were smart, long gone, but they left certain things for us to study. But we don't do that. We'll study Michael Jackson. We'll study Tina Turner. We'll study, all the musician that they came before they die. We'll study them so I can be just like them, better like them. That's what we do. I want to be like a, Pele. I want to be like a, what do you call it? Michael Jordan. Can you see? We want to study that. But when it comes to education, we need to dedicate ourselves. We don't do that. And that's why again Malcolm X, when he's speaking, we need to trying to analyze, trying to understand where he's coming from is the key point. Let's go, Malcolm.
Congressman Dawson, for example, from Chicago, and some of the people who represent him on the Chicago City Council.
In which regard?
In the area of acting as a puppet.
I don't know what Mr. Muhammad's opinion is of Congressman Dawson. They both live right there in the city of Chicago together. I don't know what his opinion is of Congressman Dawson. I'm suspicious of any Negro, be he politician, be he clergyman, or civic leader who is constantly patted on the back by whites. I have a tendency to lead toward the Negro politician who is constantly condemned by the white power structure. This is my thought pattern. I'm giving you an insight of it.
You, though, mentioned Mr. Lynn and saying you'd like to know who his white friends are. Now, I'm wondering if you didn't make a contradictory statement in Muslim terms by using white and friend in the same phrase. That is
I
to
use
say,
friend in quotes.
I see. In other words, if a black man cannot have a white man as a friend.
He may have a white man who's friendly, but being friendly and being a friend, I think, are two different things.
Exactly.
I think there are many whites who act friendly toward Negroes. A fox acts friendly toward the lamb. And usually the fox is the one who ends up with the lamb chop on his plate.
Yeah.
The
No.
in getting the lamb chop in his plate.
I'd
Yeah.
like to point out, though,
And
that
I say that because it is usually if you study the structure of the Negro community, economically, politically, civically, psychologically, and otherwise, it's controlled by the white liberal, who usually poses as the friend of the Negro, who actually differs from the white conservative in the same way that the fox differs from the wolf. Their appetite is the same. Their motives are the same. It's only their mannerisms and methods that differ.
I would agree that no doubt there have been a large number of whites who have posed as liberals and as friends of the Negro and who have time and again betrayed the Negro. On the other hand, I think one could point to a large number of whites who have struggled for civil rights,
Give me
for
an example.
equality, and have got little or nothing out of it, other than quite a few bruises.
Give me an example.
Well, the large number of white students who have gone into the South, for example, working for SNCC and other organizations.
Not working for SNCC or other organizations, but working for the white political machines who benefit by the voting efforts of Negroes.
Okay, I'll be more specific. I would cite Herbert Hill, for example, as a kind of person who has championed Negro job rights, for example, in New York City and elsewhere. He has fought the political machine.
First time I met Herbert Hill personally was when they were picketing to stop the working on the Harlem Hospital in Harlem. Negroes for 10 years had to fight the city to get an annex built on the Harlem Hospital. Because in Harlem, we need a hospital more so than anything else. Our people are sick. Plus, we do a lot of cutting and shooting of each other, though we profess to be nonviolent. And Herbert Hill brought his forces out and stopped the working on that site. This is the first time I ever saw him. Then when work was brought to a halt on a hospital in Harlem, the same Negroes tried to stop the work at the Downstate Medical Center in Brooklyn, which is predominantly white. They were out there for 3 months during the summer. Whenever it takes a stoppage of something that's going to affect the white man, you find the white liberal absent. But when it involves something that primarily will affect the best interests of black people and black people only, then that white liberal is present. Herbert Hill is the labor secretary for the NAACP. And if he was interested in black people, he would prepare a black man with the type of knowledge and understanding of the labor troubles involving black people that would enable a black man to sit in the same position as Secretary of Labor or Labor Secretary in the NAACP. I'm suspicious of whites who join Negroes and always have to be in the lead,
Exactly.
who always have to be the head, who always have to be at the top in Negro organizations. Those whites who really have the interest of blacks at heart, let them give some advice to some Negroes and stand on the sideline. But don't join the organization and then get at the head of it and pose as a friend of Negroes.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as we heard again, the great Malcolm X. But I want you guys to pay attention as well to one thing Malcolm X said. Malcolm X said something very important. We're going to try to pretend like he did not say it. Malcolm X said, even we pretend like we are non-violence, we're still killing each other. He said, Harlem need more hospital because people are sick there. Black people are killing each other, even though we pretend like we are non-violence. Can you see? And that's the kind of thing we need to talk about. And that's why we have other, like people that they hate us the most, they use. If you can look around, you go to, social media, you'll see there's people that they don't like us, white, Hispanic, Mexican, the Cuban, the Latino, all of them, the Indian, the Asian, all of them, you're going to see them, they will say this, black people, we are not united. They will say that, black people, you're killing each other. It's not that they don't kill each other. They will use this against us so many times. Even, I always hear this certain white people, they'll say, Africa, we can't fix Africa. White people, they can fix Africa. Can you see? And listen to Malcolm X, what, Malcolm said. Why you want to join in the black organization, but you want to be ahead as well? Why don't you teach a black person what you know so they can lead the black organization? And that's a big point. If you look in the Congo, Republic of Democratic of Congo, when the Belgians they took over that country, Free State of Congo, do you know what happened? The Belgian they did not teach the black over there to be doctor. They destroy everything. They killed every smart people that was in the region, in the Republic of Congo. They destroy all. They destroy all. They murder a lot. They murder a lot. So you can't speak. So to them, you have to be poor. You can't speak. So what they did, they destroy everything. So black, they have to follow the lead. Following the lead, they teach in the black only one thing: speak the language, be a soldier, uh, tiny bit of mechanic, but you cannot be a doctor, lawyer, or to understand anything to do with economic. Man, you can't. Even in agriculture, they don't want you to do anything like that. This is the thing we need to start to making point for our children. Just follow Malcolm X when he's talking. You can see. And the biggest thing you need to just read Booker to Washington. You understand about all of this thing. We need our children to learn all of this. Technology, science is definitely our way. We need to learn all of this. So Malcolm X again, so we can hear what he's gonna try to teach us more is all. But we need our young children to learn. It's all about education for our children to learn so they can adapt, so they can be better as well. They can be great. We need them to be greater than us. That's the whole point of me talking about this. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. So I appreciate for everybody that watching. I'll catch you guys to the next video. Peace.